course, because we did the last two last year, of course we gotta do the two we have now. This is fucking great.
Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me, say that thou art High King of heaven, thou art.
Hey, wanna play hide and clap?
Hey everyone, Don G. Corleone here, and I'm here with episode 12 of Halloween Horror Reviews 6. And we are now back into epic rant territory. Because we are back to the franchise we did the first two of last season, last year. Now we're going to do the two we would get after. And they were not any better in an already terrible series. And this is going to be for 2017's Jeepers fucking Creepers 3. Oh yeah, great. Great. I knew I was going to have to talk about this one after doing Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. No wonder people warned me about this. One commented, "You think this is bad? Wait to see Jeepers Creepers 3 or Jeepers Creepers Reborn." Well, I already saw Jeepers Creepers 3, and yeah. No wonder people warned me about this. What is the plot of Jeepers Creepers 3? So, this is not the sequel to Jeepers Creepers 2. Guess what, people? It's a mid-quel film. It's set between Jeepers Creepers 1 and Jeepers Creepers 2. So, the fans that actually like these movies, yeah, this is what you got 14 years later. You didn't get an actual sequel that would put an end to the Creeper. You got an advertisement for both the movies. This over-the-top cop named David Tubbs assembles a task force to destroy the Creeper once and for all, and grows closer than ever before to learn the secrets of its dark origins, and the monster terrorizes a local farming community. So, as for my reaction, you know damn well that I hate all of these movies. I hate the first film. Yes, I do. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's easily one of the most overrated horror movies in the community. I hate the second movie as well. One of the many reasons I do, the director Victor Salva. I have said it before, and I'll say so again. Fuck Victor Salva as a whole, especially Clown House. With this movie is even worse than just about any side that whether likes the first two or hates the first two, both sides agree on one thing. This movie fucking sucks more. Like, how the hell this still got made is baffling. Especially because when this came out, everyone started to finally know who Victor Salva was. So it's shocking how apparently this still got made despite that. But how was Jeepers Creepers 3 made? Well, this movie actually was in development before Jeepers Creepers would come out in 2003. Then in 2006, the film got a title. It was called Jeepers Creepers 3, The Creeper Walks Among Us. But originally it was going to be dumped direct-to-video. But it could not find financing, and so the script was written by Victor Salva as a new title, Jeepers Creepers 3 Cathedral. And originally Gina Phillips was going to return as Trish from the first film. That did not happen. So, for 9 more years, the film faced many false starts and setbacks. And Victor Salva would say that the film came close many times before going before the cameras, and someone would see wisdom in shooting it. But then, of course, 2015, Salva's wish had started to finally come true, when the film got greenlit to start filming in 2016 under a new studio called Myriad Pictures. Originally, he was going to film in Vancouver, British Columbia, but guess what? This is around the time when people discovered the backstory of Victor, and many Canadian agencies immediately set out an alert, telling the Vancouver studios, do not let this guy film in our area. Do not let him near his place. We know who this piece of shit is. We know the story behind Clown House. He is not welcome here. Yeah, so guess what? They immediately listened to those warnings and they decided, you are not filming anything in our place. You are not welcome beyond this point. So the casting calls were removed, production was halted, but the movie was not canceled. It just had to go film in a different area. But they were not allowed to film this anywhere near BC. But after the film was shot, it would be shown in theaters on September 26, 2017, but for only one night. It would get shown again on October 4th, and was excessively panned by critics for every good reason. And we're going to get to why it is, and why it's so effing awful. So, here are all the epic bad qualities and the story of Jeepers Creepers 3. So, every epic bad quality why this film is even worse than the already bad first two movies. It takes place between the first and second film, which is dumb because the people that do love these movies, they didn't want to see that. They wanted to see after the second film. They wanted to see the creeper be destroyed. But guess what? No, you don't get that. Apparently, no. Apparently they couldn't have that. And it's confusing because the plot is always jumping back and forth between all your new dumb characters. Whether it's your over-the-top yelling, we need to destroy the creeper cops, or the old go away lady on the farm, or this one farm girl, or this other dude that's in charge of hay, who you don't care about either of them. And it's hard to tell if the film is set in present day, or 2001, or in the 70s because of all the pacing. Like, there's a scene where you actually see a 2016 truck in a film. In a scene that's supposed to take place in 2001. Oh yeah, speaking of pacing, like, there is none. Like, this film is so fucking boring. This is 101 minutes long, and this film almost put me to goddamn sleep. Like, holy hell, this is a film I was waiting for to end, so I could just get on with this review. This was boring as shit. Nothing happens, and as soon as it seems like the movie you want starts, it's over. There are many characters, and the film gets lost in itself, and there's like 9 characters this film revolves around, and you don't know, who's this guy? Who are we supposed to be focusing on? And then it goes back to another character. We're supposed to be focusing on this character, because nobody gets perfect screen time. We have this one officer that was from the end of the first film is back. A character that was so minor that you wonder, why is this even a lead character? He was so minor. Oh yeah, and he's still just as stupid as he was in the first film. We have some more creeper hunters. And we have some stricken old lady, her teenage daughter, this country that's crushing on her, or these punk teenage bikers who all get killed straight away, or the creeper himself. And speaking of the creeper, oh yeah, apparently his truck is now so immortal to stuff, it can't take any damage. And his design looks even much worse. He looks like he's dipped in tar, and often at times he goes, like, shut up! God. They get notable screen time, but a lot of these characters are pointless. They don't have resolutions or conclusions to their characters. And you say, yeah, Gina Phillips comes back for like one ending post-credits scene. So she's not in the movie at all and has a pointless 50-second cameo, so you didn't need her. And it flops back and forth between all these characters in inconvenient times. And when the story comes back around to said characters, you just forgot about them or what's going on with them because it's packed so much to a 5-minute span and there's very little at the same time. And the errors in the plot continue. Like, there is no plot in this movie. Pacing is just sluggish. There's no distinguishable act of any kind. It feels like it's in the first act at the hour mark, and you don't know when the climax is gonna happen because you're just bored as shit. If like there was even a climax to begin with, like you're just watching the film, and then the screen goes black, and the credits roll. Tonal shifts are like so aggressive here, like none of it matches. Like there's like either 3 or 4 random scripts. It doesn't know what it wants to go with. Like you could tell like Salva, like if Victor Salva was just trying to make a borderline comedy, but even the comedy in this isn't funny. And there's too many main characters. You just want all these characters to burn and crash. There's no resolutions. The dialogue is stilted and inhuman, and you even repeat phrase, alright, you son of a bitch, like, that's been repeated in so many horror films. And it's not scary. Well, then again, this whole series ain't goddamn scary. None of these films are goddamn scary. You get cheap jump scares, every scene with the creepers try to be all menacing, and just comes off his draw with his retarded sound effects, his retard dinosaur roars, his horribly dipped in black tar design, and the laughable production, yeah, the laughable production is definitely bad. Like, that's the thing. They weren't allowed to film in Vancouver because everybody in Canada knew who Victor Salva was. You couldn't get this made for years because MGM didn't want to finance the project. And I'm not surprised they didn't want to. Maybe they got tired of these shitty films. Like, no, we're not making a third of this shit. Go find some other goddamn studio to put this funding into. We're done with this. What else can I think of? And, oh yeah, there was barely a budget. This feels like a fan-made film. Like, this has YouTube levels of cinematography. This feels like a YouTube fan project. The actors are clueless. They flail loud. They look confused in every scene. So how do we start? Oh yeah, before it gets how we start. Apparently, like, this was able to go to theaters for 1 day. No, not 1 day. And then an extra day for October 4th. Like, why should this even get any one-night release? This is a so bad film that should have been dumped to direct-to-video to begin with, or direct-to-toilet. Yeah, it should be dumped in the toilet where it belongs. Alright, how do we start the film? So, this is a mid-quill film. It starts a day after the first film, after Derry was killed by the creeper. The police discover the creeper's truck full of dead bodies, but now that the truck is so immortal to damage, it's now a booby trap with spikes that can split up anybody that tries to enter the truck. Where was this in the first film? Huh. Where was this in the second film? Huh. Oh, nowhere. Yeah, because it was never a thing. The over-the-top sheriff, Dan Tashtigo, arrives, and of course, David Tubbs of the knows of the creeper and its motives. And I want to get the creeper's truck back after learning it's headed for the impound, and Frank and Deputy Lane transport the vehicle, but then the creeper abducts Frank. Whatever, don't care. But yeah, and the acting, yeah. Like I mentioned before, I'll mention more about the acting, specifically the acting. The acting is horrible. Oh my god, was this acting so abysmal. The actor for Sheriff Tubbs, Brand Smith, plays the incompetent sheriff. He was over the top bad. Like, he's like, what? We gotta hunt the creeper down. Like, he literally yells like a sailor. It's horribly over the top. Like, his performance, like, it's like they try to make his performance comedic on purpose, but it was just cringy to sit through. Meg Foster could not act at all in this film. Like, the rest of the cast is fucking horrible. The plot is so convoluted, it's confusing. The poorly done cinematography, the direction is poorly done, the poorly done acting, like, easily, like, the twist in the second to last scene is just a contrivance to try to pull in your interest, and it fails. Of course, when it ever comes to director Victor Salva's slow pandering with the backsides, of course, because remember who Victor Salva is. He still puts his art in the damn film. He always panders over the backsides of the young stars in this one. And sees a lot of them still take the shirts off, and because you remember who he is. He squeezed events in every film. Oh yeah, there's one bit where he still adds his art in The Creeper. Where, oh hey, yeah, I remember The Creeper's dog sniffs on his victims and stuff. Well, guess what? In this one, when one pit where there's blood spear on the window, the creeper goes and licks a fucking eyeball at it, and then goes like a hound dog again, and then decides to smash the window, and you think it's just gonna take the dude. Well, guess what? This time around, it takes the girl. I think it takes the girl this time because, yeah, do you remember? Yeah, it's like Salva clearly now people knew who he was at this point and knew his backstory with Clown House, so then he finally decides to write to have it take a girl this time. Clearly just for that reason alone. If people still didn't find out, he probably would have still had the creeper take the boy. Yeah, because the first two films, it always goes after the boys. And it wasn't the only instance he had his art to the creeper. Remember the first film? He broke into Triss and Derry's truck, and he smelled Derry's underwear and threw it on the ground. Constantly, yeah, of course, it picks Derry over Triss at the ending. Then Jeepers Creepers 2, you had the shot of the boys tanning on the bus. And then the creeper, when it entered, it licks one of the boys and goes at them. This is not the only time. This is not the only time. It's happened in all the other films. Literally just writing himself in this creeper creature. And we get like a 5-minute scene with this random biker boy that has arguing with family over a trap and a rabbit. Or this crazy grandma that talks to the ghost of her dead son throughout the damn film. And we go on about some sad horse girl that has to sell her horse, can't afford hay. Like, I don't give a shit about these people. Or focus on a scared sheriff. Or some random creeper hunters that never do anything worth shit. So why even put them in the movie? So, the next day we get the crazy grandma character who sees a vision of Kenny, who is one of the creeper's victims, tell her, do not try to kill the creeper. It'll come back to what's buried. And it will kill you too. No, I have to. I have to avenge your death. No, you don't have to. Yes, I do. No, you don't have to. Yes, I do. Like, this is a lot of their scenes. She's like obsessed with this shit. And she only lives to her niece Edison. And then, so Tubbs then joins this team, Tashko, put together for relatives of creeper victims to kill it, and then one of the rabbit teens is actually part of this biker teenagers that bike through the fields that you focus on for 2 minutes. They discover the creeper's truck, and of course, yeah, let's play near the creeper's truck and let's try to smash it. But guess what? One of them activates a spear and it harpoons into his leg, and they don't get to free him because the creeper kills all of them. Because this truck is so booby-trapped, apparently. Like, it's now such a Batmobile knockoff. And, like, that's the thing. When this scene happens, like, apparently, its traps somehow know where the boys are fleeing when it activates, and somehow can go to reach, when they're, like, literally far away from the truck. It can actually reach near, as close to them as possible. Oh, yeah, when the creeper enters in this scene, it literally feels like it's entering, like, a fart cloud when you first see it. And you know what? It literally looks like a piece of crap from the toilet in this version. It's all dipped, dipped in tar. It's how horribly designed the creeper is in this movie. And it goes after one of them. Like, one of them's fleeing on the bike, but this is the last one it goes after. It picks him up. And then they literally, how the bike gets thrown. The bike looks like a freaking toy. It looks like a small toy bicycle. That's how shitty these effects are. So, sad horse girl needs to go buy hay for her horse to feed, and then has this friend there who's delivering hay to a plantation house, and the owner's there, and workers are hiding under the cars. The owner's like, you guys need to call for help, I can't move. And it turns out that the creeper's there, and that's when you get the scene where it goes through the window like that, and it abducts Addison. So Galen digs up the hand Kenny found, like, oh yeah. This is hand that Kenny found, and whenever she touches it, it goes at it. Some randomly severed hand does that, and then she goes into this weird trance. Then the whole useless creeper hunter Simpsons cop team arrives. And Galen reveals the hand can tell about the creeper. And so one of the idiots, touches the hand. And he's like, the creeper's ancient. And he's so shocked by this. Yeah, of course it's fucking ancient, dude. What do you expect? But then Addison, after being abducted, she did not die. It said wakes up in the creeper's truck with Kirk. But Kirk activates a booby trap in the car and a metal pipe impales his head. He's dead. Okay, whatever. I don't fucking care. We get back to the creeper hunter idiots. And they discover the creeper's location and they head off along with Michael. They find the creeper driving in his little Batmobile. Like, you know what you were missing? You were missing the whole Batman theme. Playing, like, or no, you were missing this. Dun, 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 dun. You were missing the James Bond theme. You needed the James Bond theme in the background when the creeper was driving in his little Batmobile truck. Right there. You just needed that. You just needed that. This explosive gets ejected from the creeper's truck and lands near the two idiots' car. And it knocks them all the way to a field. And somehow these guys don't die from this crash. Somehow these guys literally survive and seem perfectly fine. But before the creeper could kill one of the two idiots, the other idiot shoots at him from a minigun. But and apparently the creeper is immortal to these bullets. Despite the fact that it looks like it's hitting the creeper, the bullets have no effect, and it kills that idiot with an axe. So all the creeper hunters are useless, idiots are gone. So the Tubbs idiot retreats. So that's the end. So I think that's the end of their useless subplot. I was saying, this creeper is apparently so strong, it's become this reject Batman. It can now lift up cars, it has a booby trap car, it can now go all the time. And it gave me make shitty faces. This car harpoon can apparently go so far and fast to catch a motocross biker. Somehow knows where the bikers are. Like, how is this supposed to be taken seriously? If they were trying to be a serious horror film, it fails. The effects are dog shit. Like, you can tell when there's bloody green screen. And you can tell there's no budget for this film. Apparently this is a budget of $6 million. And this doesn't look anything at all like $6 million. This really looks like $10,000. This feels like it's shot by a film class that's obsessed with the movies. The creeper literally does nothing but throw spears, grunts, roars like a dinosaur, flies around, tackles a bunch of people, somehow cannot get shot by bullets, and somehow, like, heck, even when one of the two idiots try shooting the car with a shotgun, this scene repeats for 5 minutes. Shoot it. They shoot it. Bounces, hits their car. Shoot it again. Bounces, hits their car. Shoot it again. Bounces, hits their car. This goes on for like 3 times. Like, this is not what the fans of the first two, which I'm not one of, wanted. They want, maybe like what they were clearly hoping for was a film set 23 years after Jeepers Creepers 2, where it would maybe be about the sister and the farmer both getting their revenge on the creeper, destroying it. That's what most people wanted. Like, Cody Leach is a fan of these movies. Apparently, that was the film he wanted. But he didn't get that, and even he hates this film as much as everybody else. Like, That's what most people wanted, not a mid-quel film that looks like an advertisement that you could literally find in Dollarama. Like, the monster never tries to hide. Like, he always leaves witness. Like, this monster is so bad at disposing witnesses that he leaves so many witnesses alive. So people can know who he is. People can know what he looks like. People can know more about him. So basically, he's just setting himself up to be hunted. Like, this monster is so stupid. Whenever he kills everyone, like usually, like, this monster in the first film clearly killed anybody that could see him in the first film. This time around, he doesn't try any of that. Like, any of these creeper hunters are so bad at hunting him down. Like, this would be like a job for SWAT and Army. After the police department in the first movie saw him. Oh, right. I remember the police department didn't even try killing him in the first film at all. Right, I forgot about that. So, he's now a name for a farmer. It's like, this should be an aim for them, not an aim for a bunch of farmers and a bunch of local police that don't even try to put an effort in hunting this thing down. Either yell like over-the-top sailors, visit this random grandma that goes in trances, obsesses over her dead son. Every single scene she's in. Obsesses over this random hand that can move. Have a bunch of bikers that somehow are easily able to get killed by the creeper despite being far away from his truck. Be about a sad horse girl you don't give a shit about. Be about this other friend of hers you don't give a shit about. That's only there to advertise Jeepers Creepers 2. Have the creeper somehow be immortal to shit. Have him roar like a damn T-Rex. And have him not get shot. And still put some of Salva's art in one scene when he abducts the girl. So, now we get on with the finale of this movie. So, the creeper realizes that Addison is still alive, but just as he's about to kill her, she causes the pipe to shoot out and impale the creeper's head, and the creeper's face... God, this is one of the worst designs I have ever seen. How this goes is when the creeper's face gets impaled, it goes... Like... Its eyeball is so popped out. At there, like, God, this looks like CGI. This looks like Creepshow 3 levels of bad. It pops out of its socket. Yeah, the creeper loses its eye, but he still tries to use weapons to kill her, but the aim is off. And she manages to escape the booby-trap Batmobile he has. When he gets out, he gets hit by a truck and ass and runs away. And somehow this truck doesn't even kill the creeper either. And the truck driver goes out to see what happened. The creeper kills him, and his body is used by the creeper to heal itself. Yeah, so that's why he still has eyes in the second film. Because he killed the truck driver. So, Addison goes to a field. She gets found by two people. And the creeper goes to the house and finds a sign that says they know who they are. And let the hand. And then he does another... and just kills a bunch of crows, you know. I was waiting for him to do this. Like, I'm surprised he didn't just start acting like a gorilla. I'm surprised he didn't start pounding his chest like King Kong. You just needed to have him do that. This scene would have been more perfect. But somehow that kills a bunch of crows. Probably good. Maybe the crows died because the creeper's sound was so cringy that it basically dropped out of cringe. Maybe that's why the crows died from it. So the next day, Buddy goes to say goodbye to Addison, and he's leaving for a high school basketball game on a school bus. Yeah, guess what school bus it is? Yeah, it's the one in Jeepers Creepers 2. So, yeah, he's gonna die on this bus, but you don't care. You know what's gonna happen to Jeepers Creepers 2, but you honestly just don't give a shit. Because this character is so lame and uninteresting. There was nothing, you didn't care about either of these two. You didn't care about Sad Horse Girl or her friend. The creeper's gonna kill him the next day. But then it cuts to what the fans were wanting. It's 23 years later, and Trish is reading this letter on a MacBook. and calls for people to destroy the creeper so she can get revenge for the death of Derry. And then she looks at the camera, "You with me?" And then it ends. Just like that. So you watch 2 pointless, boring hours of moron hunters, of some moron horse girl, of some moron old lady, of some moron horse girl's friend, on some moron bikers, to finally get this scene, and it's damn over. Yeah, so much for the fans seeing the creeper be destroyed. No, you don't get that. It ends on a pointless cliffhanger, setting up a 4th movie we would never get, or ever will get, because this movie bombed. This movie got horrible reviews. Everyone now knows Victor Salva. By that point, he did get a 4th film, but it was not a sequel to this. It was a reboot, and even without Salva's involvement, it was worse. It was so much more unwatchable. And believe me, guys, yes, that's going to be a review this week. That's going to be the episode. That's going to be episode that closes off this week for Halloween Horror 6. Fuck. Now, do I have any good qualities with the film? Hell no. There is nothing good about this movie. There is nothing. Even the first, as much as I hate the first 2, I found some good qualities with the first 2. I don't have a single good thing about this movie, and I think just about everybody could actually agree with me on that. Some people don't. There are some people that don't agree with my opinions on certain films, but I think this is one of the few times and just about anybody would agree with me that this film has 0 redeeming value. If there's one, at least this was the last we saw Victor direct. At the very least, that probably would be it. And well, let's just say the next one's even worse. So yeah, Jeepers Creepers 3 is total horseshit. So in the end, Jeepers Creepers 3, oh yeah, please avoid this. It's even mega worse than the rest of the series is in general. Well, say that to the next one, because this is where it really showed everybody what it really was. Anyways, it's it for my epic rant on Jeepers Creepers 3, and when I rate Jeepers Creepers 3, here's how I'm going to rate this movie. So overall, if you were waiting as a fan of any of these movies for a satisfying 3rd entry, no, that's not at all here. It's just a cheap dollar store ad from Dollarama in the bargain bin for these. That is pure horse shit. And if you want to rate Jeepers Creepers 3, I'm going to give Jeepers Creepers 3 an obvious fucking 0 out of 10. Alright, there we go, guys. That wraps up this episode, and Reborn is not the next episode because we need to kind of rebuild some of our energy for that one. So we're going to do a different film for the next episode before that. And this is not a good film either, but I'm not going to call it a rant, per se. It'll be a normal review because this next one, as much as I don't like it, has some redeeming qualities. It's one of the more 5 out of 10s for the next one, but this one's on a double feature, and no, we're not doing both these on a double feature, just one of them. The next one is going to be for the original 2008 film of the 2024 remake I reviewed last year that really sucked, and is getting a chapter 2 this year. That I can guarantee you nobody's going to go watch. The original The Strangers is our next episode. Yeah, one of the most notorious examples of stupid horror characters that make idiot decisions is our next episode. So, yeah. Now, I don't really need to ask. I want to hear your comments about your opinions on Jeepers Creepers 3 because I know what almost everybody is going to say. They hate it. But go ahead and tell me anyway in the comments down below. And until then, that'll be it for this episode, an epic rant. Thank you all for watching. And if you like this, want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe to Don G. Corleone.